thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, our podcast is about your journey in music and how you got to where you are now. I just listened to your Christmas song. It's so good.
Heck
Oh,
yeah.
I love it. I have a quick question about it. The
Yeah.
Britney voice, did you do that? Who mimics her? You?
That was me.
Oh, that was a great
Really
it was a great impression of her.
yeah. Thank you. It's like
Yeah.
weird, like hidden talent that I can do. So I was like, I'm gonna do it in the song.
Yeah, it's awesome. Very, very cool. Well, yeah, we'll talk about that song too. But yeah, so are you originally from Studio City, from Southern California?
I'm from San Jose, California, the Bay.
Oh, Bay Area. Okay.
Yeah. But I've been in LA for a really long time. But yeah, I'm definitely like a Bay girl.
San Jose. Tell me about that.
San Jose was cool. San Jose is boring. I just want to say that first off. When I was growing up, and I did a little bit of music, like starting like at the age of 12. Like my mom had like a little piano in the garage, and she would, I'd play there, and then she'd be like, "Why are you always making that sad music?" And I'm like, "Yo, because I'm fucking sad. I'm a sad kid." Kids are like super emo. So so I played a little piano in the garage, did a lot of basketball, and I did some swimming. I was like a sports head for like
cool.
long time. And then in college, I was in rugby, which is
wow.
That was really interesting time in my life. Getting hit with no pads was
I can't imagine that.
insane.
Yeah.
I think it was like this like quiet little rebellion. I don't know. It's just like, yeah, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah. Not only are you getting hit without pads, but that ball is like you're like throwing a pool cue around. Like...
Yeah, it's massive. And then at the same time, I was also in a band, and we were trying to be like Rage Against the Machine meets Incubus, but like female fronted.
Cool.
So I was doing that, and like I was just doing too much, and then finally, like I was like, oh, dude, music is the way to go, And then I moved out here to go to music school at Musicians Institute, and just I don't know, just kind of had a weird journey to really making music a career. It wasn't really like I just loved it so much, and like I was committed, but I didn't know. I wasn't like, I'm gonna be a superstar, I'm gonna do this, I wasn't quite like that. I was just like, I just can't imagine myself not doing music,
Sure.
Yeah. So I had a weird journey. It was just like I moved to LA and just went to music school, and then got into yoga because that's what you do here in LA. And like you're doing it 6 days a week. Your roommate's a yoga teacher. You're just like, it was good, but it was just like, okay, I totally did the LA thing. And then I got into dance music like in 2015, and it was just like that's when my life kind of changed for the better.
It was when you got, was that just getting a cut, like getting your
I
voice
got like
on a song, or
like I got like a huge cut on a dance track, like Sunburn. I went to his house for like 30 minutes. I just met him. My friend introduced me, and then I sang the song, and then he gave me like a mushroom cookie, and then I was like, all right, later. And then like 8 months later, it became like the biggest track of 2015. So
that's insane.
That was kind of my launch into what it meant to be like a super professional, like, music artist of any kind. And
right.
And so then after that, it was, just a bunch of like, just dance tracks with like a bunch of different DJs. And I did like EDC and Coachella and all these like wonderful festivals, and it really just opened up a whole lot of like doors, and just a lot of positivity around music. And I was like, okay, this can be cool, and this is what people are talking about. Like,
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Well, I want to back up a little bit. So I want to go back to your Rage Against the Machine Incubus band for a second. So that was the band you were in college.
Yeah.
And was that the first band that you had ever played with?
Yes, completely. I was I like rapped, and I was like the lead singer. I had like a red mohawk. Oh, funny, I have red hair again. But anyway, but I had a red mohawk. That was like,
that's rad.
And stuff. And I was just like a angsty. I was really into Korn, like in high school, and like I was into like what's it called, Insane Clown Posse, and like just really, like you're kind of standard rock kid, like
right,
like,
totally
into all that MTV driven, all of it. So and that was one thing I leaned towards a lot. And I was walking around my dorm room, and then this guy, he's a resident advisor, he's like, I'm a drummer. He's like, would you ever like to start a band? And I was like, okay. And then we got a guitar player and a bass player, and we just kind of rocked out all over San Jose and San Francisco.
Oh, you got to play some shows in
Oh
San
yeah,
Francisco.
we were doing well actually. We like had merch, like
Oh wow.
the whole thing, like it was really coming together. Like because I think it was one of those things that people never seen, like a Black girl, like rocking out over some rock funk music, and like and I was also singing and rapping and just like headbanging the whole thing. So
Whereabouts in San Francisco? I lived up there for a while, so I'm just curious.
oh
Whereabouts in the Bay Area did you play, or San Francisco?
what's it called? The Bottom Hill? Is that what it's
Bottom of
called?
the hill.
Bottom
Okay,
of
yeah.
the Hill.
Wow.
There's one that's over
Slims.
there. Yes. Yeah.
Slims is
Slim.
one.
Yeah. And
I'm trying to think.
another one I can see in my head. It was a big club. I don't know.
There's like it was a bigger club. I'm trying to think.
Yeah,
There's
it's like a
Great American Music Hall. There's a bunch of them out
there's
there.
Slims, but then it was like,
Mezzanine, I think, is one.
was it Mezzanine?
Mezzanine.
Yeah, Mezzanine.
There's there's a bunch.
And there's another one with an S, so I can't remember.
Rickshaw Stop, maybe.
No.
Okay. I'm not sure.
No, there was another one because I remember we had a party bus. That's when we're like, oh, let's get some like fans and friends to like do a party bus. And I remember like, I barely remember because I think I was like drinking a lot, but we did the party bus and then like everyone got out and like it was fun. It was awesome.
That's rad. Yeah. So that band was doing stuff.
Yeah,
obviously,
we were doing
right.
stuff. But then like the bass player got his girlfriend pregnant at the time. And then like I really like we had a taste of LA because we performed at the El Rey, like
wow.
And, so and we opened up for this, I can't remember this band. They were like a who's the zombie guy?
Rob Zombie?
Okay, but it was a band like that, but they were really popular at the time. It was a female fronted band. Anyway, they were really over the top and crazy, and they were like
big
really
band. Cool. You got to play with them.
Yeah, we opened up for them, and so then that's when I had my first taste of LA, and I was like, "Yo, you guys, we need to move here because like LA is where it's at," And
sure.
then, we went back home, and then after a while, I heard that the bass player got his girlfriend pregnant, and he's like, "Oh, I gotta quit the band." I was like, "Oh, devastated." Fuck. Everything just means the world, in a moment. You're just like, oh, my band.
Right.
So, that disbanded, and then I moved to LA on my own. So
yeah. And when you went to attend a music school in LA, did you have to audition to get into the school? Or was it just kind of?
It was a little audition. Like I think I had to send in a video and I think I had a phone interview.
Oh, cool. And then you went there, and were you going to school there for vocals?
I was going for vocals, yes. Although I shouldn't probably have been going for vocals because my vocals are already there.
Yeah, you could already sing.
Yeah. What I used to do is I actually used to cut class and go play drums in the drum like rooms or whatever.
Oh, right.
And so I actually taught myself how to play drums during the time I was going to school.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Were you songwriting for the other band too?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've always been the songwriter?
Yeah. I used to like write little poems and stuff when I was a kid and like 8, and I used to like win these like little poem things. Not to say I don't know now if I'm like, but all I remember is like I write a lot and I journal, and I was really intrigued by that. So yeah, I songwrite and stuff.
That's cool. And because you have a new song out called Reload I want to talk to you about, but and obviously the Christmas song, which is amazing. But so from the music school, how did you make the connection to get in with and get on the first song that kind of pushed you?
Oh, yeah. So
was that through the music school?
No, it wasn't through the music school at all. I just, it was done. It was so expensive, and so I just was like, I don't want to keep going and like paying for music school when I already know how to sing.
Right.
I just need to get out there. So I quit a little early, and then whatever. I started working at Trader Joe's, and one of my really close.
Love that place.
One of
my best friends works there. He's been there for like 20 plus years.
Yeah, it's one of those places. I worked there for like 6, so I get it. So yeah, I met him there, and then he was like into dance music. He had quit Trader Joe's after a while. Then he called me up and was like, I have a friend who needs a vocal. And the week before he called me, I like basically quit music because I was just over it. I was just like, I don't care. Like, this is not, I don't even know if I had an idea of how it was supposed to go, but I didn't like how I felt, you know?
Mhm.
And so I just quit. And then he called me, and then that's what happened. And the biggest dance record of my career, I guess. Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
it was just kind of like, you had no idea. You went in and
Yeah.
sang the song.
I didn't even go to I've never been to a rave. I'd never been to any club, like
Mhm.
nothing. Like I was just like, yeah, man, sharing it, like very like nonchalant. I was just like, cool, yeah. You know what I mean? I don't know
Mhm.
why. It was just like, yeah, I never even listened to dance music at that time.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And so you get this cut, and then tell me what happens next. Are you getting like
Um,
major label phone calls and all
well,
that, or other
it
artists?
was more like, yeah, a bunch of artists like hitting me up to work, and like it was playing all over the radio in a bunch of different countries, and just literally just like an influx of like people, and Instagrams, and DMs, and just
Mhm.
lots of fanfare.
Stuff going nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was actually overwhelming for a second, and I actually got a little bit like depressed. And I think it's because it's like, wow, what do I do next?
Right. Like, did you
Yeah.
feel like it was almost like it wasn't as validating of a moment? Was it more like, okay, now I've got to try to top that?
Yeah. Yes. It was more like, how do I keep this going? And like,
Uh-huh.
what is it? How do I keep it going? Like, so it was interesting navigation, but now I understand, and it's fine. Like, it's all good. I'm a pro now. You know what I'm
Yeah. Look at your
saying?
Spotify. Of course you're a pro.
Well,
Okay, so you get on this dance record, then people are calling you, and then
Yeah.
what are you just going and singing on other people's stuff?
Yeah.
Like,
That's what
or
I
always
started.
writing yourself? Like, tell me what happened next.
Yeah, I started to just like write top lines for other DJs, and just literally just continue creating my like name in the community, and performing at a ton of shows. And yeah, that's pretty much like the direction. And I had been doing that up until, well, I mean, I still continued it, and it didn't really stop. And then, but now I'm taking like a look at what I want to do as a solo artist. So that's all.
Sure.
But everything has been the same, and it's been my career, and it's been amazing. So
With that, you said you'd go out and perform quite a bit. Would you perform with different DJs, or like how did that
yeah,
work?
yeah, I would perform for a while. Sunburn and I were doing like tons and tons of shows, like promoting the track, and
Oh, okay.
yeah, like, and just kind of creating a lot of visibility. And then as I started to do more songs, I would do more the other songs with the other DJs, and perform them everywhere.
Oh, that's cool. That's
Yeah.
really cool. So you just
And
come out and do a couple songs and
yeah,
then head
exactly.
back out? That's
But like,
dope.
and pump up the crowd,
Right.
and everyone's always so like welcoming, and especially in the dance space, because everyone's just like love, unity, like it's just
Right.
like, have you ever been to like one of those shows?
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah. Oh,
crazy.
okay, cool. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, and it's like, so people are so receptive, and
Mhm.
I've created a lot of like long lasting, like, I would say fan friendships, if that makes any sense.
No, totally.
Yeah, because it's like they just see you regularly, you just get to know everybody, and
Mhm.
they see you singing, they're so supportive. So yeah.
That's amazing. What year did you get to perform at Coachella?
It was I think 2017 was the first year. 2017 was the first year. I've done it twice.
Oh, wow. And both
Yeah.
times coming out with somebody else?
One was with Sunburn, and one was with AC Slater. And then, actually,
Oh, wow.
and then London Bridge for like in the Heineken House. But yeah, it was massive.
Oh
Like,
my gosh, I can't. Yeah, AC Slater's like the top of the bill.
oh
Like,
yeah, that was great. He's
uh,
a great friend. He's really like put me on a lot, and he's a great mentor to me too. Yeah,
that's
he's
amazing.
rad. He's really rad.
That's
He's
cool.
really-
Were you at like were you in like this one of the tents when you guys played? Because
yeah,
that's usually where
we
the
played the Sahara tent.
yeah, Sahara tent's like the
Yeah,
big DJ tent,
yeah,
usually the bigger electronic tent.
yeah,
Sometimes they'll put random like metal bands in there too. It's like,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. In 2017, when me and Sunburn did it, we played at like 140 or something, and
Oh,
like
wow.
we were a little bit like nervous, or like, oh, are people gonna show up? And then, dude, we packed the house. It was like from front to back, side to side. It was like 30,000 people, and then like the security guards were like, oh my god, this is the most people we've ever seen. Like they were like, at this time slot, you know.
Oh yeah,
And it
that's
was like,
early.
yeah,
That's really early. Yeah.
felt like it was like one huge like wave, you know what I mean? It was really cool.
That's really rad.
And I
Wow.
performed both weekends each time. So
Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
And then you get that wristband, which is like priceless. The
Yeah.
artist band, where, yeah, you just
Yeah.
walk. I mean, you get carted around. I've
Yeah.
never had that luxury, but
Oh man.
I've seen it.
Hey, to
I
be
thought
honest,
the VIP was cool, but that's nothing compared to that artist band.
yeah. To be honest, I've never been to Coachella without being an artist, so I don't even know. Like, so I'm a little bit, I might be spoiled, you know?
Oh, you're very spoiled.
I know.
So you missed a like 3-mile hike to get into that place.
Yeah.
There's no cutting the corner unless you're like playing.
Yeah.
Or like Kim Kardashian or something.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's rad. Cool. So now when did you decide to start pursuing a solo career?
Kind of during quarantine, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
I've been making so much music for the past, like, you know, 5 years, and a lot of solo stuff that nobody actually heard because I just hadn't had any time to sit down and like conceptualize ideas and you know, artwork and how I want to tell a story, because I've been doing all these other things. And then quarantine hit, and then I was like, I was just like, dude, I have all these freaking songs, they need to go out. So I just kind of started creating a storyline around them. And then I got a manager during quarantine. And so he's been helping me like organize all of the vision for it. And so, yeah, I would say this time period made me look at myself, and I'm like, yo, I'm sitting on some hot shit, bro. I gotta like put it out. You know?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So during quarantine then.
Yeah.
So like before, like what were you doing, or were you just singing dance records up until like everything shut down?
Yeah. Just singing. I was on tour with AC Slater actually.
Right. Oh, you guys were on the road right as it was shutting down?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, where were you?
Texas? Was it Texas? Or no, Chicago. Actually, Chicago. We finished Chicago, and then the next week we were like, you know what I mean? We finished Chicago, and then they were like, "Yo, we're not going to be able to do the rest of it because of COVID."
Oh wow! So were you seeing? Because I've talked to a handful of artists that have been on the road during this, and like they're seeing kind of like a slow trickle of fans, like not be like you'd see like. For example, they'd have a sellout show for like say 300 people, and then 100 people would be there, even though the show sold out.
Yeah, no, we didn't see that part of it. We like they stopped it before that part because he was feeling like nervous about it. You know what I mean? He's more cautious about it.
Yeah. Okay, that's smart. That's
Some people did like go for those like next like
a couple days,
right? Whatever it was. Yeah, there was like, and then they're like, oh fuck, we can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
But no, we had like a raging crowd. Like it was like, and then nothing, you know. But
yeah, especially in your guys' realm of the world. I mean, well, I guess any live show, but especially dance music where everyone's like really packed in there and, you know, dancing up close to each other and having a blast. Like that's like not COVID friendly whatsoever.
I know. It's funny to think of that time period too, because that means it was going around already. And we were like in the crowd, like, you know, not knowing. And we were like smushed up. There's pictures of us just like smushed up against each other. It was so funny.
It was just, it's so crazy to think like that was not that long ago. And nowadays, like it's just,
I know, it's freaky.
Elbows and like stay away from me.
Yeah. Although they're starting to play shows like in Thailand though. I saw an Instagram of Morton, and he played like to 10,000 people.
Really?
Yeah.
I've talked to some artists that have done like shows that were like socially distanced in a sense. Like the first person I talked to was playing a show in Germany, and they were playing like an outdoor kind of like street fair thing, and people were like, they had boxes marked off, so like your family could be in this box and then this box.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah. I just did a park and rave.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, with Autograph. It was 2 weeks ago or so, or maybe last week. That was cool. And everyone was in their little like gated boxes in the car, like the car blocked off one area, and it was actually cool.
So people, like if you brought your own like core group of people, you could have like a little area to like dance and check out the music. That's rad. That's cool. Yeah, I've seen some of that starting. That's nice that some of that's starting to happen, because it's just insane to think. Like you
Yeah.
said, you're on tour last year or around this time, and it's
Mhm.
10,000 people next to each other,
Yeah,
and now we're all stuck in the house.
I know.
But yeah, well, so you had the project go. So you were just on tour, not as a solo artist at that point,
no.
just on tour with AC Slater.
Yeah.
Okay, you
Up
get
until
back, you start, and then you're like, okay, I want to start pursuing the solo thing. We're in the house, and is the first song you put out Reload?
Yeah.
Okay, and tell me
So
about that.
so Reload was interesting. We actually wrote that, me and a couple of my friends, Christophe and Coyle. We wrote that October like 2nd or 3rd, 2019.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was like right around when it was like Amber Geiger. She's the one who like basically shot her neighbor because she thought that he was intruding, but like it was his house. She was the police officer that shot her upstairs neighbor.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was just feeling like, dude, like I'm, tired of like these police officers shooting people. We were just kind of obviously, right? I mean, duh, like what the fuck. So I was like, I want some like rebel sort of like old school, like, funk vibe, a little Prince, a little bit of, like call to actions, kind of,
Yeah.
and then yeah, we just came out with that. We just came out with Reload, and it's weird. I was like, what are we gonna do with this? Like, I don't know. And then like it kind of like foreshadowed like all this stuff that like happened with the protests during lockdown and stuff. And it's
Yeah.
literally,
So wow. So you wrote that. I'm trying to wrap this up. So that
yeah,
was in October. So like none of that had happened yet.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
why it's so nuts. Like, and then I just like it provoked me to tell my story about like my experience with police brutality. Not a consecutive or not even multiple experiences, but one experience that really traumatized me. So I worked with an animator, Naaman, and we just like worked over the course of like 4 months trying to get the storyline down with the animation, and then I put it out because I was like, dude, this has to go out.
It's a sick video. It's
Thank
such a
you.
rad video. Yeah, it's
Thank
really
you.
cool.
Thank you.
That's cool that you're able to do it probably over Zoom or something, over quarantine. Is that how you guys did it?
He lives in Colombia, so we would like face or WhatsApp Zoom it.
That's
Um,
sick.
yeah, we made like a little storyboard and just kind of, and his art is so like abstract and like
Hmm.
spastic and random, and that's like literally like how I am too. So like I was just like so obsessed with it, and I was like, yo, let's work together. And he was like, this is amazing. So we just kept working back and forth like every week until we got it right, and then yeah, now it's out.
Nice. Yeah, I love the video and the song's rad, and of course the Christmas song we were talking about earlier is just hilarious.
Yeah.
Um, well, aside from Reload, do you have more music you've written and recorded?
Oh yeah. So I work pretty regularly with this guy named Eric Lee, and
Hmm.
we write a lot of songs for variety of different things. But the song that I have coming out January 8th is called "Set Me Off," and it's kind of about like I was obsessed with Blanca from Street Fighter.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
green
So
guy.
yeah,
Or
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So I call myself the female Blanca,
Okay.
because like when I get mad, which is not often at all, but you know how you have some certain things that just trigger you, dude,
Oh
and
yeah.
you're like, this is fucking setting me off. So this song is called "Set Me Off,"
You turn
and
into a ball and
yeah, and
run
just
into people, electrocute them.
like superhuman strength. So yeah, and then I don't know. I just yeah, it's just about like sometimes even the industry makes you really really mad, and like people don't see you as like an artist or whatever. There's a lot of different things that can make you mad. So
Mhm.
I wrote a song about it.
I love it. And is there another video to accompany it?
Yeah, it's gonna be so all these so the amazing thing about what's it called quarantine is that I've shot a lot of stuff previously. Like
Oh, okay.
it's like I don't. It's like I was preparing for this moment without even knowing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So last year I like shot a music video to it in the snow.
Oh,
Yeah,
sick.
yeah.
Where did you do that at? Like in
Um,
Big Bear or something?
Lake Tahoe,
Oh, Tahoe. Okay, right on.
South Lake Tahoe. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I performed at Snow Globe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Rad.
And so I was like, yo, let's just fucking shoot a music video, bro. Like, So we did that.
And you already had the song, obviously.
Yeah. And so
Okay.
now I have my friend, his name is Glass Battles. He is an amazing like visual artist, and he can take like that 3D style art, and he's gonna create a whole world around my music video with like the action shots, and like I'm gonna go and film, and then I'm gonna be like a female Blanca style character. And so anyway, yeah, it's gonna be like a more of a video visual. I don't know if it's like a full music video per se, but it's a video visual, you know?
Awesome. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's really exciting. So that's coming out January 8th.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then you put out, of course, Thank You, Mariah, which is epic. Tell me about that. You just needed, well, you say it in the song that you just need a new Christmas song.
Yeah, you know. Again, this is another crazy thing. I don't know what, I'm kind of into this or whatever happens, but that song also was conceived last year too.
Really?
Yeah, you know, around this time, or when we heard that Mariah hit #1, and you remember it broke all these records last year. And then we were getting together, Vanessa Michaels and Christophe and Keon. We were all just sitting in the room. We were meeting for something completely different, not even to write this song specifically, but we were like looking at our phone, and I was like, dude, Mariah, dude, that freaking song, like, it's always every single year, like 25 years, it's been #1 or whatever, you know, whatever. And then we're just like, thank you, Mariah, thank you, know, I don't know, we're just like bantering, you know, and then like, we just literally wrote that song. And I was like, dude, this needs to come out, like, but then it was like kind of too late for last year. And then during the summer, like in September, I was just like, Vanessa hit me back up. She's like, Kaleena, we have to put this out. And I was just like, I don't know how, you know, and then we just did it. And then it just happened.
Yeah, it's great. The lyrics are hilarious. Like we're talking about the Britney Spears impression.
Yeah. And then I was able to get a music video together for it too. So like, it's actually really hilarious, and it came out amazing. And it kind of happened so quickly and amazing. And this guy named Greg Wolf, he's a producer at the Discovery Channel. And then I just hit him up, and he's like, oh yeah, I want to direct it. And I was like, whoa. So. Oh,
really?
And we just shot it on November 28th. And then we put it out already. So.
Yeah, I watch it. It's like, it's a lot of you. It's like you, and then you're answering the door, and then it's all of you, right?
Characters, yeah.
Yeah, playing different characters. That's cool.
Like Eddie Murphy or Medea, you know.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you just made that? You shot that last month then?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It just came together like, because I kind of gave up on it in a little bit, because I was just like, I don't know how I'm gonna get a video. Has to have a video, you know what I mean? Because like otherwise it's kind of random. And then his name like shot into my head like a lightning bolt when I was hiking one day. And then I just texted him, and then he's like, yo, it just so happens that I have a camera guy coming to my house on Saturday. I know. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah. He's like, I was gonna shoot my own Christmas music video, but then I didn't. But I don't like my song, so I want to direct yours. It was just like a whole like universal like just thing that was like, and I was like, okay.
It's awesome. Yeah, the video is great. It's hilarious. The song, I mean, itself is hilarious.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely fun. Well, what do you have, like an EP coming out, or what are you thinking as far as like a solo project?
Yeah. So the Reload and the song that's coming out on January 8th, that is a part of my EP. And I'll be releasing a song each month until for the EP, I'll be releasing a song each month for the until April.
Oh, cool. The end of April. And then the full record will be out at that point?
Yeah, the full EP, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Very exciting. And thank you so much for doing this today. I really appreciate your time.
Of course.
I have one more question for you. I want to know if you have any advice for aspiring artists.
Mm-hmm. Do I have any?
Yeah, do you have any advice for any other aspiring artists? Yeah.
Figure it out.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
That's my advice.
I would say nowadays to really put out music that's from your own like heart and from your own being, because like no one knows what's gonna hit right now. And if you're making music like someone else, like it's already past, you know what I mean? Like you're not like, you're just basically copying other people now. And like everything moves so quickly. Like you're better off putting out music that's literally just like something you made yesterday. You know what I mean? Like it's better to put out your own things and not copy anybody right now. Like I would say like before, like trends would last a lot longer, even years. You know what I mean? And then you could still make that hit. But now it's just like, all right, TikTok says this. You know what I mean? Like
right.
Yeah. So, and also like my biggest thing is like, don't make music for streaming services, make it for your own, like for you, make, or not for you. And ideally it'll be pleasant for other people's ears, but like just don't hold back on the music part. I miss when artists used to be impulsive and just make really good music. And that used to be driving the music industry, not the like, streaming services. So. Bringing it backward.